take out maybe the biggest power couple in sports, and at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, they'll be put to the test in a huge tag team match against Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey. Catch it Sunday, April 8th from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, live around the world on the WWE Network at 7 p.m. Eastern. We welcome Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
We've had you, but now it's nice to finally have your better half here with us, too.
And to get us together.
Yes, right? Yes. Double trouble. Okay, so we had Ronda Rousey here yesterday, talking some trash.
Yep, that's what we do.
Are you going to put her in her place? What can we expect? Because she's the rookie and you're the vet.
Right, exactly. So from a character standpoint, absolutely, I am going to put Ronda Rousey in her place. She's never, ever competed before in a WWE ring. This is her first match, and it's at WrestleMania. Her nerves are going to be through the roof, and she's unfamiliar with the rules. We write the rules. It's our ring.
Sometimes you just got to show people who they work for.
Love it.
Yes, that's our line.
Yeah, you know, Triple H, man, first of all, it's lovely seeing y'all again. I really appreciate y'all being on the show. I don't know if you know this about me, Triple H, but especially when I do my radio show, I got a segment called The Love Doctor. I'm the Love Doctor occasionally, Triple H. Because I got, so are you ready for this question? How do you feel? Your wife is lovely. She looks beautiful. How do you feel about her fighting? I want to know the answer to that question. Is this something that makes you comfortable, sir?
You know what? I am absolutely comfortable with a strong, powerful woman that can handle herself, that can stand up for herself, that can kick ass in every aspect of life. Right. I'm absolutely comfortable with that. Yeah.
Right. And as the father of three daughters, our little girls can do anything in the world that they want to do.
The question is, Stephen, are you intimidated by that?
Well, I would be intimidated by your wife, and I would be intimidated by her and Ronda Rousey. They both kicked my butt. I know this.
I've never heard him say it before. Yeah. You got him with that one. Max?
Guys, when I think of Vince McMahon, he really is what he's created in the WWE, and when I was a kid, the WWF is brilliant. And his ability to create drama practically on the fly and then adapt to circumstances and reality as time goes on and change the WWE and keep it as relevant as ever. What is it about him that he is able to do this? I mean, Stephanie, I'm sure you could give some insight here.
Absolutely. My father's a visionary. You know, he really is. And when you consider that WrestleMania 1 was really his vision of putting WWE on the map. You know, what was our Super Bowl? What was our Grammys? What was our Oscars? And my parents mortgaged everything that they owned to make it happen, to combine everything pop culture with sports entertainment. We had Liberace and the Rockettes open the show. Muhammad Ali was a special guest referee. Cyndi Lauper accompanied Wendy Richter to the ring for the women's championship match. It really was this who's who to get people talking at every different water cooler, because back then there was no social media. And WrestleMania 1 took place in front of a capacity crowd of nearly 20,000 people at Madison Square Garden, was available on closed-circuit television, which ultimately pioneered the pay-per-view industry. I mean, talk about vision. And then you think about WrestleMania 34, that'll take place in front of over 75,000 people at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and is not only available on pay-per-view, but on any streaming device you own through the WWE Network in 180 countries and streaming live in 8 different languages.
What is it about him, Stephanie? How is he able to capture the zeitgeist, like capture the drama on the fly like this, react to our changing culture and kind of reflect it in the drama of the WWE?
Well, he has his fingers on the marketplace. He's a storyteller, and he's a genius.
Well, and I also think that it's part of his philosophy of life. You know, he preaches it to us all the time. Treat every day like it's the first day on the job. That might have worked for you yesterday. What does it do for you today? So every day we walk into it saying, how does it relate to today? And that makes you keep your finger on that pulse, and I think he does that very well.
It's clearly working, and you stay on your toes. But on that note, he's taking a second stab at the XFL.
Yes.
So tell us about how that's going to be different this time around and what we can kind of expect there.
I think, look, I think if anything that he has proven over time is that you learn from failure much more than you learn from success. He's gone at this once, and it didn't work out. I think he learned a ton from that. And I think he's been chomping at the bit for the time to be right to do it again. I feel like he believes that the time is right now. I think he's learned from that success, and certainly I wouldn't bet against him.
Do you think the time is right because he's seeing cracks in the NFL?
I think the time is right in the world. I think the time is right on a global basis with social media, the ability to get it out on a digital level. Instead of playing catch up to that, you're starting it fresh with that. I think the time is right in a lot of ways.
Stephen A?
Triple H, I want you to take yourself personally out of this equation. I just want you to step back and look at the sport as a fan, both you and Stephanie, and I want you to answer me this question. Think about the stars that have been associated with the WWE brand under your daddy. Okay, Stephanie? Tell me who's the biggest star in the history of the WWE in the eyes of you two? Because there's been many. Which one is the biggest to you guys?
My answer.
Well, for me personally, it's got to be Andre the Giant. You know, I think a lot of people would say The Rock. You know, a lot of people may say John Cena, especially recently, but I would say Andre. I mean, he is a pop culture icon that has transcended media all around the world. And of course, we have our HBO special that's going to be premiering in a couple of weeks in April, and it's just going to be an incredible reflection on the life of an icon.
I think for me, the answer, it's kind of mixed because there's different aspects to that. You know, you can talk about the impact of a Hulk Hogan, you can talk about the impact of The Rock, and now being the biggest box office attraction in Hollywood. You can talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin, but there's one guy for me within our industry that resonates beyond all else. And when I go to India or the Middle East or Europe or Japan or Australia, South America, it doesn't matter. One of the names that's always brought up to me first and foremost is The Undertaker. The character, the iconic character of that, it just transcends everything. And I think for so many people, that kind of character just encapsulates what WWE is.
Stephen A, I go Hulk Hogan. That's the guy who jumps to my mind, Hulk Hogan. Boy, he broke the camel clutch at the Garden, won the title. That was the biggest moment of my, one of the big moments of my childhood.
When he slammed Andre the Giant, that was a big moment. No, no question about that. But I mean, I think about that. But I used to go back and forth because some of the guys that wasn't in the WWE initially, I loved the Road Warriors. I loved the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But Hulk Hogan, obviously, I remember Randy Macho Man Savage. I loved him, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. I remember all of these guys.
You know,
Roddy Piper.
That is the thing when you talk about it. You talk about the genius of Vince, and you can talk about the brand, you can talk about all the things that have been created, WrestleMania and all that. Nobody in any form of entertainment or sports has put out the amount of characters that have transcended generations.
Storytelling.
Storytelling, that level of character development that transcends generations, that touch your childhood and make you feel something, take you back in time to that moment, Max, when you were the kid at Madison Square Garden watching Hogan pop out of that camel clutch and blowing your mind, right? Slamming Andre the Giant. Those moments transcend time, connect with you on a level and a character level that just very few things in this world can. That's really the genius of Vince McMahon, that storytelling and that character creation.
And that's really what WWE is all about. I mean, it's about creating these memories and these moments that last a lifetime.
Yeah, we say it all the time. WWE is about putting smiles on people's faces. But that smile is so many different things. That's the scream of a teenager. That's the smile on a little kid. It's the smile of a parent watching their kid smile.
I don't know about smiles. I know storytelling is only as good as the characters are interesting, and they have some interesting characters.
Yes, right? Smiles. Well, we cannot wait to see you guys April 8th. It is going to be a lot of fun. Good luck for
one of these.
Thank you. Wish me luck.
I got to come to one of these.
You got to.
Thank you guys for being here.
I've never been to WrestleMania. I got to show up to one of these.
And Stephen A is going to be there. So get a ticket for New Orleans.
Invite from the authority.
Yes.
You know it.
Stephen A, book the travel.
You'll hear from me.
Okay, we got to go, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly from Eli Manning, but should the Giants find him another weapon in the draft or find the man who will take his job? Plus, Greg Popovich goes off on the right to keep in bare arms, but should the struggling Spurs have a problem with his focus off the court? We'll get into it.